Welcome to my channel. Today I will review this amazing thing. I have been after this from a long time and it took me a long time to save the money which I had to spend in order to get this. So what I had to spend on it was about 33,600 rupees, which is almost equivalent to $410. You know, it's not as easily available in my country, so I had to bear the import fees, the shipping, the handling, the delivery charges, the taxes, and all that. So the price increased. If I would have been in the US, I could have got it for $50 or $70. So I had to spend a lot of money on it, and it did not disappoint me. If you have this in person, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't have it and if you want to buy it, I think you can get the Dominion one because I don't know if the Camp Cretaceous one is still available. The one I got is the Camp Cretaceous one, so let's check out the box first. We'll do it quickly and then we'll get on to the dinosaur. So as you can see on the box, you have the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous logo over here. The one I had ordered was the Dino Rivals one, but definitely that was out of stock. That's the reason I got this one. Either way, it's not really a problem because every single one of them, the T-Rexes, apart from the new Dominion one, the Super Colossal ones are the same, just different boxes, same skull, same paint. So over here you have pictures. Here it says 101 plus centimeters, which is about 40 plus inches. Tyrannosaurus Rex, Super Colossal, Darius, Kenji, and I'm forgetting her name. This is Toro. Netflix series. If you've seen Camp Cretaceous, you know. By the way, she's Brooklyn. I just remembered. Over here, you have the other three characters right here. This is Ben. This I cannot remember their names. This is Bumpy, obviously. Over here at the back, you have some more details. Tyrannosaurus Rex, gigantic bite. You see the T-Rex and you see the minifigures it is supposed to swallow. And you have some more details on this side. On the other side, you have a picture of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. A nice render. Could have been slightly better, I guess, but it's not bad. It's good. And obviously at the bottom, you've got some details right here. So now that we're done with the box, let's just move to the dinosaur. So here it is, the Super Colossal Tyrannosaurus Rex, Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous. You can call it anything you want, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, Dino Rivals, Camp Cretaceous. What's most important is that this is a T-Rex, and when I saw this when it arrived, right when I got it out of the box, I put the legs in the places, the tail. The first thing that came to my mind is that it just feels like the moment the T-Rex broke out from the fence in Jurassic Park, it just feels like, it just is right from the movie. I'm not going on the paint, but the sculpt, the overall details and everything on this is just amazing. This is the biggest dinosaur figure that I've ever had. This is huge compared to other figures that I have, and I do not have anything to compare with this. This is the biggest dinosaur figure, like I said, and I don't think I'll ever have anything bigger than this. So moving on to the body, we'll start with the head sculpt. I'll just close the mouth. This is how it looks right from the front. It is absolutely beautiful, and it looks exactly like a T-Rex should look. Just look at it. This is Rexy. So starting with the head, you have amazing binocular vision, which is good. I don't really have anything to say about the eyes because they're same with all the other T-Rexes, the Thrash and Throw, then Bite and Fight, Legacy Collection, Extreme Jumping. The paint is comparatively good. I prefer this paint scheme than the Dominion one. You have the nice head sculpt of the T-Rex. By just looking at this, you can say that this is a Jurassic Park T-Rex or a Jurassic franchise T-Rex, Rexy to be most appropriate. Moving on to the side, this really is a T-Rex from Jurassic Park, as we know. The head sculpt, the way the jaw lines with the upper. I think this should have been a little slightly different, but it's not really an issue for me. The size is the best thing about this. Such a big size feels like a baby T-Rex, only the head sculpt should have been different for it. So we have lots of nice details. You see the scratches over here. There are two theories for these scratches, as you can see. One can be the ones that are made by the Indominus Rex in Jurassic World, and the second theory is that they are the ones that were made by the Velociraptors in the final scene of Jurassic Park 93. So moving on, you can see there are lots of details over here. Lots and lots of wrinkles. We do not have any scales over here, but we do have scales right here on the face. I'm sure you can see them. The scales are amazing. The eyes, like I already said, there is nothing much that I need to say about it, but I mean, these parts, the sculpting in these areas is just amazing. The jaws are articulated. You can open them and you get a proper Tyrannosaurus Rex when you look at it. The teeth are amazing. The teeth look good. I think the paint could have been slightly better. As you can see, it is, not properly done here. I'm talking about the paint for the teeth. The tongue is glossy. It's made of a rubbery plastic material. But what's good about this is that the tongue is over here instead of being right from the middle like the extreme chomping one, the legacy version. That had that problem. Could not bite any other toys or anything. But you won't have a problem like this with this one. This is how it looks from the front. As you can see, there's a lot of gap. I mean, this intersection is huge, and you can feed it smaller dinosaur toys like for example, you can feed the minifigures if you have them. I don't. And you can definitely use the Hammond collection small dinosaurs like the Velociraptor, Pachycephalosaurus, then Gallimimus. Don't have them nearby. That is the reason I cannot show you. But when you put something in through the mouth, it comes down right over here. You see this part? You need to open it and it just falls down. So the mechanism of this T-Rex, it doesn't really have any sound feature or action feature as that, like the bite and fight or the thrash and throw, thrash and devour and all that. But its feature is similar like the bull T-Rex. The bull T-Rex from Lost World 1997, Kenner one, could eat smaller toys and you could retrieve them from the bottom. So moving on here, as you can see, there are lots of folds, lots of wrinkles on the body, on the feet. The feet are quite muscular and I really like that. This is not the bull T-Rex. As you can see, the neck is not that broad or bulky. This is Rexy, as we know. The arms are great. You have gloss or some kind of a varnish material for the fingernails, but the fingernails are not painted, so I will definitely do that myself. Over here you have the feet. Nice detailing, nice sculpting on the feet. The sculpt is so good. It feels like they used the 3D models that was used in the movie, or maybe they made their own sculpt. But whatever they did an amazing job with this one. Over here you have the toe. I'll just put the camera down so you can see it better. So the toenails are painted as always. For the super colossal figures, if you have any super colossal figure, you're gonna know that Mattel puts a lot of hard work into these ones. The super colossal figures have the most detailing compared to other figures. There are some figures in the main line which don't even have painted toenails. Just forget about the fingernails. The toenails are good. The feet are big. I think it is much bigger than it should be, but it helps balance this thing. With these feet, this T-Rex is not falling down. So the detailing is great. You can see some large scales over here, and that's good. There is articulation here. You can use that in balancing, but I don't really think I'll ever need that. There's articulation here on the arms, as I already showed, and there is articulation on the feet. They have a total of 3 positions. 1, 2, 3. This is another one which I will show later. So let's just keep it now at this one. Over here at the tail came in a separate part, and the best thing about this super colossal figure is that the tail is removable. So if you're taking it somewhere and you have to transport it or you have to carry it with you, you can just remove the tail and reduce its size, which is a great thing, which is not possible for the super colossal Indominus and Velociraptor. Don't know about the others, but for those two it's not possible. You just have to twist it to the left and the tail comes out. And she will fall, so I'm gonna have to hold her. Now over here on the tail, as you see, there's this arrow mark. There's a similar arrow mark over here, right here. I'm sure you can see this little arrow mark. This is hard to see, but I'm sure you saw that. So you just have to line them up and just twist it so this line matches. So that's the best thing. You can remove the tail whenever you need to do it, and you can just put it back again when your job is done. Now moving on to the tail, I don't know if you can see, but you should be seeing that the coloration which is over here does not continue here, because this part is plastic, this part is solid rubber, which is great. It gives you a nice feel, kind of like the Kenner toys. I don't have a single one of the Kenner dinosaurs, but I know how they would feel. So this is great. It gives a really nice feel, and it is articulated left, right. There is no rotation, but you can swing it left and right. So that's great. Most of the part of the body is plastic, apart from some parts in the head. I don't know if I mentioned, but the teeth are rubbery, as you can see. I'm sure you can see them. This is rubber. I mean, it's a good thing that they made it rubber, because kids won't get hurt playing with it, but they could have at least made it a little bit sharp, It would have added much more detail. And this is rubber. As you can see, I can press it. So is this. I mean, there is a basic sculpt. There's a basic layer of plastic. The roof of the mouth, for example, as you can see, it's gloss. It's sculpted nicely. And that rubber part, the face, is kind of like put on top of this like a mask or something. And this is rubber too. As you can see, this is rubber. I don't know how long this will last, but I just hope it will last permanently. And this part is rubber too. The neck, as you can see, the neck is made of rubber. Same from the other side. This is a view from the other side. And now, in order to show you the different poses, just put it on this pose. Now I'm gonna have to increase the height of the camera in order to catch this, because this is quite tall now. So this pose kind of reminds me of the scene from Fallen Kingdom, when the T-Rex was roaring at the helicopter right before the Mosasaurus got that guy in the yellow suit, the raincoat. So this reminds me of that scene. And my favorite scene now, I mean the favorite pose for the favorite scene, this is the normal pose, and now I'm going to show you the one I like most, because it reminds me of one scene in particular. This is the scene, this is the pose from my favorite scene of the T-Rex. I'm sure you can understand which pose which scene I'm talking about. Yes, it is the breakout pose.
Boy, I hate being right all the time.
This is the breakout pose. I wish there were some more articulation points on the body, but I'm quite satisfied with this. The size, the look, the overall sculpt, how big this actually is. If you don't have it, you don't know. If you buy it, when you see it face to face in person, you will understand what I'm saying. I mean, this pose is just so good. So if you're planning on buying this, I'll say that you can close your eyes and go for it. And if you already have it, then voila, there's nothing else to say. So thank you for watching this video. This had been a dream of mine, and it was fulfilled. So I'm really happy about it. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.